It had a couple of great matches, a mystery attack that we still don't know who it was, and one of the most shocking title changes of the year. Let's get into the Aussie Cousins Wrestling NXT No Mercy review. And if you love NXT just as much as us Aussies, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments what you thought of the show. Starting us off was Jordynne Evans versus Josh Briggs in their feud that's been going on for a few weeks, and both of us here at Aussie Cousins Wrestling, we tipped Jordynne Evans. Briggs and Evans was the perfect way to kick off this event. Early on, Jordynne had the upper hand, and it looked like he wasn't taking things too seriously, but once Briggs took control, he absolutely demolished the young OG. And just when it seemed like Briggs was about to put him away, his trash talk lit a fire under Jordynne. After Jordynne missed a cutter, Briggs went for the chokeslam, only for Jordynne to counter beautifully into another cutter, then connect with the OG cutter off the top rope. A huge statement win for Jordynne. This was just a really good match. The second good match from Jordynne Evans in as many nights, as he of course was the challenger for Sami Zayn's US title open challenge the night before on SmackDown. Jordynne Evans is in outstanding form, and this is the kind of role that Josh Briggs plays usually to perfection. He was able to slow it down quite a fair bit for probably the first half of the match, but then once they really started to get going, it just went fantastic. It's great to see Jordynne Evans get the win. I think he really needed it in this one, and again, just a great way to start. The next match on the card was Sol Ruca defending her Speed Championship. It was originally going to be against Lainey Reed, but it appears that she may have got an injury during the week and was unable to compete. So she had a surprise opponent, and it was Jaida Parker who answered the call. So both of us, we had tipped Lainey Reed to win this one because we think that Sol Ruca was probably going to be dropping the belt, but that obviously didn't happen. There were a few rough patches early on, understandable since Jaida and Sol wouldn't have had too much time to prepare for this match, but it picked up fast, and Sol missed a big moonsault to the outside, and Jaida capitalized with the hypnotic. She was jaw-jacking at Zarya when Lash Legend tried to get involved. Jaida dodged, and Zarya accidentally speared Lash right out of her boots. In all the chaos, Sol recovered, slipped back inside, and nailed a picture-perfect Soul Snatcher for a big win in a chaotic finish. Look, apart from probably that first minute where they took a little bit of time to really start to gel, these two hit each other hard, they went all out, and it was really quick, and it needs to be in a match like this. Of course, it's for the Speed Championship. You've got to show that you're trying everything to get it done before the time hits 0. Interesting way to end too. Jaida Parker and Lash Legend have to be going towards some sort of blow-off match in the near future. Hopefully some sort of stipulation match, because I think that's where Jaida Parker really does excel. But good to see Sol Ruca get a win here. As we said, we probably thought she was going to get the loss if it was Lainey Reed, but it ended up being Jaida Parker as her opponent. And oh boy, the third match was the weaponized steel cage match between Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe. And talk about hitting hard. These two absolutely beat the crap out of each other, and we both went for Jordynne Grace to get the win in this one. These two wasted no time using the cage as a weapon. Blake targeted Jordynne's hand, even tying her up in the ropes with a power cord before cutting her hair. But when Blake brought out the bag of Diamantes, you knew what was coming. She ended up getting slammed right into it. The fight climbed all the way to the top of the cage, and despite Blake throwing powder into Jordynne's eyes, Jordynne pulled off a massive air raid crash from the top rope through a table, and that even their series at 1 apiece in a brutal, unforgettable battle. So many ridiculous spots in this match, and of course the one that's going to be meme for quite a long time is Blake Monroe on the top rope while she had put Jordynne Grace into a bin. She was hanging in the Tree of Woe with the bin over her. Blake Monroe stomps down on Jordynne. The bin ends up upright, which means Jordynne Grace was actually upside down with just her legs hanging out. It was absolutely fantastic. Plenty of good stuff in this match. Good to see Jordynne Grace get a win. If she was going to lose, it would probably mean that she was actually going to go up to the main roster. I don't think that's happening just yet for her. I think she might actually end up going for the title against Jacy Jayne once again soon, and probably beat Jacy Jayne for that in the near future. But Blake Monroe now has to go back to the drawing board and continue being vicious. And just a reminder, the next premium live event on the WWE calendar is right here in Perth, Western Australia, and your boys at Aussie Cousins Wrestling are going to be right there in RAC Arena watching all 3 shows. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that content that we put out from Crown Jewel in Perth, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and of course like this video so more people can join in this fun. Let's get back into NXT No Mercy. And the 4th match on the card was the NXT Men's North American Championship being defended by Ethan Ethan Page up against Tavion Heights. And look, this probably didn't quite deserve to be on a PLE, but they always do like to have at least 3 or 4 of their titles defended on these events. Both of us went for Ethan Page in this one. I don't think there was any doubt really as to who was going to win. The Ethan Page versus Tavion Heights match was probably the weakest of the night. Tavion only had a couple of brief moments of control before Page would shut him down. They fought to the top rope where Ethan landed a thunderous avalanche power slam followed by the twisted grin to retain the title. Not the most memorable match, but still a solid defense for Ethan. It was still a good match between the two of them. Tavion Heights had a couple of big flare-up spots and he did those well. He can really pump up the crowd. He was getting them chanting USA this time, whereas in one of the previous PLEs, they were actually chanting against him and going for Team Canada, which is not ideal, but at least he was getting the crowd on his side. Again, Ethan Page is doing a wonderful job in NXT, and I could very much see him going up to the main roster and being a part of Chelsea Green's group in the near future. The NXT Women's Championship match was the 5th match on the card, and again, this was really good. I absolutely loved this match. Jacy Jayne versus Lola Vice. So Mikey went for Lola Vice to win this one, and I went for Jacy Jayne to win this one, and my angle was that Lainey Reed was actually going to help Jacy get the win. Did she do that? We actually don't know. Then the night turned back up again as Jacy Jayne and Lola Vice put on an excellent NXT Women's Championship match. Lola cycled through 5 or 6 submission holds, each one looking like it could end the match at any second. She connected with a spinning kick, but Fallon Henley yanked the referee out of the ring before getting ejected. Jacy tried to use the belt, but the ref caught her, and in all this confusion, Jacy hit the rolling encore only to be immediately hit with a spinning back fist by Lola, but her momentum took her through the ropes, crashing to the floor. With the referee's back turned, Lola tried to recover, but a hooded figure blindsided her with a brutal running knee. Jacy took advantage, hit a second rolling encore, and stole the win to retain her championship. So who was that mystery person that attacked Lola Vice towards the end of the match? Now, of course, Lainey Reed had said that she has got an injury. She was in a moon boot at the start of the show. She posted on her socials that she had a really swollen ankle and foot. So whether or not that is something that she's just put up from like a picture she's found on the internet just to throw everyone off the scent, who knows? I don't know whether it looked like Lainey Reed. I don't think it did. I've heard other reports that there could be some people that are debuting, that it could be joining Fatal Influence as a part of this group, but it would make the most sense that it was Lainey Reed. But then that would mean she had to give up her spot going for a championship to do that to help Jacy Jayne. I'm not sure that part makes sense at all. But this match was so good. They really did hit each other hard for the most part of this match. Jacy Jayne's NXT Women's Championship run has been outstanding. Out of absolutely nowhere, this run has been so damn good. We've been very impressed with what she's done this year on NXT. And the final match of the card, it is the main event. It is the NXT Men's Championship between Oba Femi, the Ruler, versus Ricky Saints, the Absolute, and the Revolution will be televised. Of course, Mikey Spence went for Ricky Saints in this one, where I went for Oba Femi to retain his title. And what a match this was in the main event. Some are already speculating that the loser here may actually be destined for an even bigger prize down the road. Oba Femi brought his usual dominance, controlling much of the match, but every time he got comfortable, Ricky Saints clawed his way back. The turning point came when Oba tried a fall from grace through the announce table, but Ricky reversed it into a DDT on the wood and then another on the floor. Oba answered with one of the loudest chops I've ever heard and landed a fall from grace, but somehow Ricky kicked out. In the closing stretch, Ricky blocked another fall from grace, drilled Oba with a third and then a fourth DDT and captured the championship. Ricky Saints is your new champ in an absolute war of a main event, and maybe, just maybe, Oba Femi is headed to Raw or SmackDown. This was so damn good, and this was like most other Oba Femi matches that you watch, and that is a massive compliment because Oba Femi's title matches this year, and when he was the NXT Men's North American Champion, the title matches were just so damn good. When he's got someone who he can actually throw around a bit easier, then he just does it for fun. He dominates them for the most part, but when the other opponent is actually coming back, he sells so well for those two. I've seen some people go, oh, he got beaten with a tornado DDT. Well, one, it's one of Ricky Saint's finishes, and two, it was the 4th DDT that he'd taken within about a minute and a half. Of course he's going to be felled because of that. Being dropped on his head 4 times by Ricky Saint, someone who is a fantastic technical wrestler, that is going to beat you for sure. And the revolution has started, as we have said. Ricky Saint is the new champion, so hopefully for us here at Aussie Customs Wrestling, we want to see Oba Femi going up to the main roster on either Raw or SmackDown. How good would it be if he is one of the people who comes out to face Sami Zayn in his US title open challenge? And as we said in our prediction video for that specific challenge, he is the one that actually beats Sami Zayn for the title. His debut on the main roster is to win the US Championship. So in our predictions league, both of us got 4 correct for this event, and that takes our totals up to 82 for me and 79 for Mikey Spence for the year. He is 3 points behind as we've got a handful of shows to go. Can he catch up? You'll just have to keep on watching the channel to continue finding out. So let us know in the comments down below what you thought of NXT No Mercy 2025. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video so more people can join in this Aussie Customs Wrestling fun. And click on one of the videos on the screen right now to continue on your journey here with us at ACW.